Alright, we're off to a great start thus far. You're playing as a guest. Find my account. I don't have one. Log outed? Is that a word? You have been log outed. Wow. Yeah. Yggdrasil Awakening. Or Yggdrasil 2 Awakening. Alright, what?
Where does it say it?
It said it when I tried to switch account. It said log outed. Like, you know that's a high quality game when you try logging into the game for the first time. It's like, you have been log outed. So to actually play this, you're required to register an actual account with them. You can't use your like Google login or your Apple login or anything. It looks like the game is quite full for a multitude of servers. I don't see any like NA or EU regions currently. Now you might be wondering to yourself, Stix, what is Yggdrasil 2 Awakening?
A world that I never thought.
I have no idea. And what happened to Yggdrasil 1? Is Yggdrasil 1 like... Wait. Is Yggdrasil 1 like... Hold on. Is this frozen? Okay, well... Okay, despite the awkward freezing, despite the bad translation, the character model, well, actually look at her hand. Oh, that is grotesque. My name is the Haglin Cutter. What? Oh my god. Hey, I'm the Haglin Cutter. The Haglin Spear, the Haglin Duskwall. I'm Syndra Axe, Edric Tregem. Oh god, no. Before we go any further, I just want to take a moment here to thank all of our incredible patrons. You guys allow me to continue to play games like this for a living, and I can never truly repay that kindness. Also, if you're interested, I stream over on Twitch every single weekend. You should totally come on over and join me. Have you guys noticed that in a lot of gacha games, oh my god. In a lot of gacha games, you always begin like slowly opening your eyes. That's a very common recurring theme. And I want to note that this game has absolutely insanely hot characters, male and female. Like this character, he kind of looks like an emo 14-year-old Sephiroth, and the girl on the left kind of reminds me of oh man, who was it? I think it's Enterprise from Azure Lane. All right, use your ability. The character models they look to be kind of chibi. Not fully, but kind of. Stop saying things that I don't understand. Blame the translation. Oh my god, this is a lot of information. Looks like there are 4 class archetypes: the warrior, the tank, the support, and the shooter. We don't have any mages. You already told me how to use my unique skill during the tutorial. Admittedly, the chibi character models in game do not look that high quality. Now, I want you to notice over on the right, the red-headed girl. Her special ability is called Big Move. Auto battle is open. All right, here we go. So you can see on the side, their special ultimate ability is just called Big Move. Like, that is very creative, right? We had the staff, like, what should we call our ultimate ability in this game? Oh god, Big Move! That's what they came up with. I'm glad that we unlocked autoplay though in the first battle, because that means I don't need to pay any attention to actually what's going on over on the side of the screen. I just kind of deploy my units and let them do everything. Which then leads me to question, is this just a kind of an idle RPG? Because it's fine if so, but I didn't know that going in. So it does look like this is an idle game. This is an idle RPG. Because there is the whole AFK reward claim. Someone already wants to be my friend. Wow. Okay, you can't pull for waifus until chapter 1.7 is completed. So let's auto our way through there. All right, this is... I found something else that really bothers me about this game. When your characters use their abilities, you can't hear them. You can hear, listen. Like there's nothing happening. You can hear the actions of the enemies and your own characters. You can hear your characters colliding physically with them. But when your characters actually utilize an ability, there's no sound effect whatsoever. Which you'll hear again in a moment. Or you won't, actually. Because there's nothing that plays. There's literally nothing that plays. It is void of sound effects. That's fucking horrible. Like so far, we're what, 30, 40 minutes into the game, and I feel like every other idle gacha RPG I've played is better than this. This has so far been horrible. Now we finished 1-7. We should be capable of recruiting waifus now. Oh, there are husbandos too. Damn it, my SSR character was a dude. Oh man. How depressing. Do I not have like a free 10 pull? Wait. Really? Is there a reward I'm just not getting? Rate us? Yeah, I'd rate you so far as 0. I don't have any, there's legitimately no option to do a 10 pull. They just threw a random SSR character at, does she have 4 arms? They just threw a random SSR character at me, and I have no option to draw additional characters. I guess it's motivation to spend money? I'm not really sure. Oh, wow. Did I just... Oh, I got her as a login reward for day 1 login. Dude, okay, you know what? I think the game just got a little bit better. Okay, leveling beyond 10 triggers a breakthrough effect, which gives you significantly better statistics. All right, that makes sense though, but it's a little early. I feel like level 10 is very early for this to be a feature. I wish that sounded like it did something. I feel like it would have so much more impact. The animations the characters have when they're actually doing things, utilizing their movement or abilities. Is he breakdancing in the background? Dude, it's just, it is horrible. Like, I have nothing positive to say about the actual battle going on. And when battles are the focal point of the game, like, you want that to look as good and as high quality as possible. We have now started chapter 2. We've unlocked the Rift. Alright, so these monsters are level 10. There are characters that you can actually recruit, I think. Alright, after completing it, you obtain a buff card. Alright, so I know what kind of game mode this is. This is one of those game modes where there is set number. Wow. So this game mode there is essentially a set number of battles. After completing each battle, you get a card. The card gives you a buff. You accumulate a number of buff cards as you progress towards the final battle. Each battle consists of a group of husbandos and waifus that you can recruit. And then I'm assuming each level gets progressively more difficult. I don't know if the monsters scale, as in each encounter continues to get higher level. I've only done a couple so far, and all the enemies have been level 10 thus far. So if you collect 60 puzzle pieces of a certain color, you can recruit a character of that rarity. So I can use 60 here to recruit an SR character. Almost have enough for an SSR. Oh, we can look at all of the characters that you can recruit in the game. There are 2 UR characters. Oh my god. But how do we get them? Oh, that's a girl. Thank God, both UR characters are waifus. Can we just appreciate that the developers here know exactly what their community wants? Oh wait, there are more UR characters. Catherine. Well, I see the UR characters are a little more open and free than the non-UR characters. Yeah, 100%. I feel like if I don't use one of these as my thumbnail, then it is a missed opportunity. All right, now we're at a point where my characters are taking an egregious amount of damage. So what we're gonna have to do is break through certain characters Otherwise, we're gonna be stuck. So what I didn't realize, and I made a big mistake here, was that leveling my characters after 20 takes so much XP. They were only taking hundreds before, but now they are taking upwards of 6,000. And I kind of gave Vivian everything I had, poured everything into her to get her to level 30. And now I can't do anyone else. There has to be somewhere I can earn this, right? It's got to be the Rift. It's got to be the Fortress or something. It looks like you can reset your character and regain what you spent on them. And that costs the premium crystals. Yeah, I'm not going to go ahead and do that. They're very limited as is. Thankfully, this game is very engaging and requires a significant amount of direct input for me to play. And doesn't at all require any external additive to boost me, to give me additional energy or motivation to play. The caffeine here is purely because it's early in the morning, and not at all because I'm almost bored to tears. And here is our reward for successful completion of, what is this? The Biome Conquest. You know what? That's actually not half bad. I don't think that's really a bad means with which to actually acquire XP items. And now I have acquired enough to obtain a guaranteed SSR hero. An hour and a half of playing to get here, though. So I do not think rerolling is necessarily going to be very quick and easy to successfully do. You're an N rank hero, dude. You're my SSR hero. There are so many better options. But at the same time, you know what? I'm not actually disappointed. I got a UR hero? Dude, no way. And it's her? Okay. Hi. Am I interested in becoming the master of time? With her specifically. I mean, yeah, sure. I don't know what that entails, but sure. That was insanely lucky. I don't think I've ever been so lucky before in my life. A UR character and another SSR. Wait, what is that? Oh, that's a massive heal. Okay. Wait, is that Irie? That's my character. She's a singer and a dancer and a healer, like that strong. Wow. You know, one thing I think would make this game more free-to-play friendly was if after completing each stage, you were given premium pull currency. A lot of other gacha games do this, but for some reason this game doesn't. I'm not entirely sure why. Like, I get it's probably to promote players spending more money, but I feel like that's also going to deter players from spending more money. It definitely deters me from spending any money. I feel like the difference in terms of stats between an SR and an SSR character is quite evident, as you can tell between Vivian and the blonde-haired girl. The blonde-haired girl who gets absolutely destroyed every encounter, and Vivian who takes barely any damage whatsoever. I think turning the skill animations off was a good idea, because I'm gonna be honest here, I saw the skill animations every single fight, and they are long. They're like 5 to 10 seconds per skill animation, and 3 different characters cycle through their abilities. Alright, we unlocked a new feature in the Rift. The higher the level of training, the greater the difficulty and the better the rewards. The Obelisk Simulator. And when I heard that, the first thing I thought of was Obelisk the Tormentor. Yes, if you can't tell, I'm a big Yu-Gi-Oh fan. Right, is this like an infinite tower? So you earn resources for every floor you clear, I'm assuming. This is something that's present in every game. Gacha games, and especially idol gacha games have this fascination with infinite floors, where you can continue climbing and engaging enemies on an infinite number of floors. It's a way of creating easy content and having players preoccupy themselves and work towards clearing the content by gating it behind significantly more difficult encounters. Thankfully, it looks as though you do get a pretty decent rewards. You get premium pull crystals, you get XP items, so clearing this is probably very important to do. There's something also at the top of the screen that confuses me. It says time remaining 1 minute 30 seconds, but as you can tell, time is moving. It is moving forward. And the time, the countdown, it has not changed. I still have 1 minute 30 seconds to clear this. So either that's bugged or, oh wait, I don't know why that didn't update in real time until I decided, you know what, I'm going to call them out on that. It looks as though certain levels give you much better rewards. Some of these give you 10, some give you 20, some give you the SR puzzle pieces, some give you SSR puzzle pieces. So I guess I'm just gonna try and power through this, even though Dollar Store Saber seems to be dying every single encounter. Yes, I farted. Apparently these ones smell a little more.
It smells like broccoli.
Well, you like broccoli, so.
No.
Well, better out than in. That's what I learned from Shrek. Okay, yeah, the rate at which your SR hero dies is quite noticeably different to the SSR heroes, because as you can tell on the side of my screen, even though Vivian was tanking like all 5 enemies, she was dying slower than my Dollar Store Saber, who was tanking like 2. And even beyond that, my squishies in the back line were dying slower than Dollar Store Saber. All right, looks like there's a guild system present. It looks like hero evolution is a thing. I might be able to actually level up Dollar Store Saber and make her semi-competent. It looks like she goes from no stars to 1 star. Her stats go up quite significantly. We've also unlocked secret chapters. These are additives to the main story, or the main chapters rather. She's very cute. This is a cool looking area. I guess we kind of just like slowly move around, fight. I wish I could understand, but I am very distracted. So this is another game mode that has buff cards. You know who she reminds me of? A certain character from Genshin Impact. La Senora. I can't be the only one that thought that when I saw her. I'm assuming that's some kind of barricade down there. Yeah, and you gotta click this lever to... I mean, I'm gonna be honest, that's kind of self-explanatory. Oh no, there's a little barricade you can't pass. Oh, there's a lever up there. I wonder how the two are interconnected. I know there are people out there still. I'm not calling you out in specific, but I know there are people out there that are like, oh my god, what do I do? How do I get around this? Then there's an actual story. That's something we definitely need to check out, but not right now. Right now, we need to redeem this because we are 1 redemption off of unlocking the hot fox girl, the hot kitsune, who also happens to be a UR character. I just need to participate twice in the arena, which I get after completing 216, which is actually this stage right here. Now for the PvP. And by PvP, this guy has 300,000 battle power. Mine is 50. Dude, this game just launched yesterday. It has been out for less than 24 hours. I have to be placed. I'm gonna assume here that these are like bot players. I know all PvP is completely AI controlled, but I'm assuming these aren't groups that are created by actual players. I'm assuming I'm going up against AI predetermined, pre-created teams right now. And after I get raided, I'm assuming I will be able to actually fight. Wait, excuse me, what? I did 1 AI battle. I did 1 battle, and my ranking is top 50. I am at number 44. Here I am. I'm right here, dude. Dude, I'm right here. I'm in the top 50 players in the game. I'm level 8 with barely any battle power. My only competition are people with hundreds of thousands. Wait, this guy right here, I might be able to actually fight him, because otherwise my competition is like, what? Dudes with 250,000 battle power. Oh my god, I'm actually getting wrecked by this one singular Vivian. I need my Irie to heal. Dude, both my No! Everyone's dying. This person had 20,000 battle power. There's no way. I lose. I actually lose this fight. Are we serious? There's just no way. What? I lost rating for that. My ranking is now 61. I'm actually getting absolutely destroyed. But you know what? We got another UR hero. We're gonna go back in there. We're not gonna let that stop us. No, we're gonna go back in there and we're gonna reclaim our 44 rating after we, you know, get another UR hero and level up our characters just a little bit more.
A few moments later.
Both my tanks are now 35. I have 2 of my DPS at 30. And 2 of my other DPS, or 1 DPS and 1 healer at 25. We're going back into the arena. We are ready to reclaim our lost rating. We have a very limited number of entries now, so we gotta make these count. Having a UR tank. Oh my god, what a difference that makes. Yes. Absolute destruction. Yeah, I'm rank 42 now. Yeah, this is the character we lost against because their Vivian was too strong. Let's see if we have the same outcome now that we have a UR tank. No, look at the drastic difference having a UR character makes, which really says something about how pay to win this game is gonna be. If the better characters are actually the more expensive characters, then the game is not free to play friendly at all. But I've made it to rank 26 so far. I just want you guys to know, I am so good at this game that I actually made it to the top 26 players. Or there's so few people playing this game that I made it to the top 26 players. I'm going up against people that are double my level too. I don't think I'll win this one, but I feel like it's still worth trying. You know what, on second thought, oh my god, holy shit, I am a legend. One might call me a god of the arena. And I think I might actually leave that there because I'm a little bit scared I'm gonna fight people that are way out of my skill bracket. Especially since I'm approaching like people in the 200,000s in combat power. That's not something I think I'm capable of combating. Guild Crusade. We can attempt to challenge. No, we're just gonna tackle every single thing we can. Like, I don't know what any of these things are. We're just going in and doing whatever. What's impressive to me, I think, is that, and this isn't actually a good thing, but when I had Dollar Store Saber here, these battles took 5 times longer. Not just that, but she died every single fight. Now that I have the Kitsune girl, these fights are almost over before they really even start. And more than that, I don't think I've really taken any damage whatsoever. I've gone through 5 stages in the time it took me to clear 2 with Dollar Store Saber. I wonder if there's a boss battle at the end of the chapter. I know there's no story. The story is separate. There are the actual story missions. So I wonder if there's a final boss fight for clearing chapter 2. Because I'm just about ready to clear chapter 2. That was the final battle of chapter 2. Yeah, because we just started chapter 3 here. There's a different background. I think that's a Kraken back there. I don't know why we're in this underwater cave. See, I feel like this is where games like this fail. They're so disconnected. You have no idea why you're here or what's going on unless you actually pursue the story. But the story is done completely separately. You can go throughout the entire game without clearing the story once, or clearing any of the story stages ever. A dimensional warp in the rift. Another feature. So admittedly, they seem to be very fond of this specific kind of gameplay mode. I'm not gonna fault them for it because it's not bad, but I feel like if we're gonna have a surplus of different modes available, diversify them a little bit, you know? Don't make them all the exact same thing. Like, I love being able to move across a grid and click little levers to open areas and provide me rewards. Sure, but I mean, it's been done. You've done it multiple times. This doesn't bring anything new, and it's not exciting to do. If anything, it's more repetitious, especially given the lack of overall challenge present. Like it'd be cool if this little man-eating plant thing did something to you when you crossed the path there. Maybe it ate you, maybe it dealt a percentage of damage to you, and maybe there were ways to avoid it, get around taking that damage, but instead it's there for aesthetic purposes only. This should be a more difficult battle. These monsters are level 26 to 30. Well, never mind. It looks like after doing 30 10 pulls, you're guaranteed a feature card selectable reward chest, which looks like it will reward you with an SSR hero of that specific class archetype. So it's actually a little more fair than I originally thought it was. Dude, the guild is almost filled up. Wow. I wonder how I do in the arena now that I have a UR character that is level 42, 2 UR characters that are level 42, and an SSR that's also 42, that I have 2 tanks that are so high. Admittedly pretty well. Damn, I wonder if it's possible for me to break into the top 20. I guess that answers that, right? You're looking at Flaccid Stix, the top 20 PvPer. I am at number 17. That means there are only 16 other players right now, all of which I'm assuming are whales, that are better than me at this game. By that logic, by that very definition, I am one of the best players in the entire game. So, I mean, you can bow before my overwhelming might. I'm not going to object to it. But I am curious. We haven't actually done any of the story yet. So I'm genuinely curious how that plays out. And what happens if I skip it? Does it just... Oh, so essentially it's just, this is a very poor quality translation. I guess then my question to all of you is, do you read through the story in idle games? Because I feel like idle games don't really have that much of a story, and more than that, much of an emphasis on the story. What I like about it though, right, you can choose to read the story if you want to, but if you click skip here, it kind of gives you a brief summary of what actually happened in the story. So you don't necessarily need to read the entire thing, because I feel like you're kind of going to be caught up with it anyway. Although you might, I guess you might miss out on some of the characters' personalities, but I don't know, I feel like this is a whole lot. How I like my story is, I like being able to have certain events happen, X amount of battles take place, then there be story to sit through and to read through. I don't want to have like an hour's worth of dialogue straight with me just clicking through. That kind of holds no real purpose outside of, no, what does this story even serve? Because I don't know at what chapter in the main story, in terms of the battles here, the story chapters actually take place. So they're so disconnected that it almost seems irrelevant. It's like you're reading the story after having already played through the game. Now, I feel like, honestly, I've invested 5 hours into this game thus far, 6 hours into this game thus far, way too many hours for a game of this quality, for a game of this type, and let me tell you, it has been trying on my nerves. This game is not a fun game. This game is not a high quality game. This is a very basic, very generic, low quality version of good idle RPGs that already exist. If we're talking idle RPGs here that are actually good that released this year, Eversoul, last year, Memento Mori, there are a multitude of idle RPGs that are actually good titles. This is not one of those. I mean, in the 5 or 6 hours I've played, I've gotten most my husbandos and waifus up to level 40 plus, the ones that matter, the ones that I have in active use. I've unlocked essentially every feature there is. I have geared them. I have hit rank 17 in the arena. I have joined a guild. I've done that big raid fight. I've literally done every game mode available. I've achieved, I feel like, everything I can other than continuing to read through that slog that is the story, and other than clearing chapter 3 and moving on to chapter 4. Like, I don't know. This game is not a fun game. This game is not a good game. I do not think this holds any long-term potential. This game is going to, I know some people, like out of the, I don't know, other 100 or 200 people that are playing this might hold this against me for saying so, but this game is not going to last. This game is going to die probably as quickly as it came into main focus, the focus of gamers, gacha gamers. I mean, like the live 2D models of some of the characters look good, don't get me wrong. I don't think this is entirely free to play unfriendly. I know some people were claiming that you really don't get much in the way of pulls, and it's kind of unfair. I don't disagree. I feel like I've gotten a decent amount of characters, a lot of SSR characters. I think I've gotten 3 UR characters thus far, and that's all within the first 5 or 6 hours of playing. This is not a game I would recommend to anyone. This is not a game that I would ever play after I put it down as soon as I'm done recording this. But it wasn't as bad of an experience as it could have been. Yes, it was pretty bad. This is a horrible game, but there are worse games out there, like Hero Wars. Which, funny enough, I have a video on how they kind of screwed me over that you can click in the, well, on screen right now, or alternatively, you can click the video on screen concerning other gacha games that are not this game that were confirmed to be releasing this month. Either or, both are great alternatives to this video.